Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Here today to talk about Padron Cigars.
I wonder how this would pair with Padron.
It's not even spelled the same way, but you keep doing it.
I know.
It's alright, it's all Spanish, right?
Importado. Does it mean it's important or it's been imported?
Pretty sure it's been imported. That's why. We'll get there. So first off, this is my first time trying these cigars. I imagine it's yours. You've seen him try a lot of cigars for the first time on camera. You haven't seen me try that many for the first time on camera. Well, you've seen me try different ones, but not specific brands. Most brands I've tried before. Padron is not one I have tried before. It is a brand that I have heard nothing but good things about. And this Maduro is probably the pepperiest son of a bitch I have ever had. Do you remember 7th, 8th, kind of into 9th grade?
The chicken noodles with the pepper? Yes!
We would get chicken and noodles. We may have told this story before, I think. And we would put as much pepper as we could stand on those chicken and noodles. Like, the broth was black.
The whole thing was black.
Yeah, it was all just black. That's what this cigar reminds me of.
Oh, I
get a light wood note and pepper till the cows come home. So,
after we get done shooting this video, I need to call my wife.
okay. But yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about Padron Cigars. If you haven't heard of them, they do have a very unassuming label, and they aren't super pushy in their marketing. I've only heard about them from cigar people. Unlike Monte Cristos or some other ones that you hear about from everybody, Cohibas, Cubans. Those are my favorite. Ask a guy's favorite cigar and you get Cubans. Yeah, okay.
Which one?
First off, which one? Second off, if you just answered me with just Cubans, I'm going to bet money you've never had one.
Fair enough.
I want to get those hand-rolled cigars Momo brought me for my 18th birthday. He got some hand-rolled when they were down in Florida visiting his grandparents. But these guys were actually started in Miami in 1964. Today they're made in Nicaragua. Once they got big, they moved to Nicaragua. Their original and or flagship, which is the one in your hand,
I like it,
is sun-grown Habano tobacco aged for 2 years.
I'm not very far into this, as you can tell, but I can see where, if this was your first cigar that you're trying to sell to people to make a name for yourself, I can see where this would get you famous.
Yeah. This one is really impressive, but this one, it reminds me of the first time I tasted Lagavulin. That was my first peaty whiskey. It kind of kicks you in the mouth a little bit. It's good. It's a good kind of kick, but if you're not ready for it, or if you're not, I'm trying not to get a big ego about myself, but to hell with it. If you're not kind of a hard ass or a stalwart, as Lefroy likes to say, you're probably not going to like this one. You should probably go for that one, but this is one of the better cigars I've had, especially considering I tend to be a naturals guy, and with Maduros, like full-bodied Maduros, I'm kind of picky about what I like. I don't just like all Maduros better than naturals. I tend to hover in the natural range, which is about the mid-range, mid-bodied cigar. Yeah, they're just excellent. But anyhow, they're some of like the most commended cigars that I've heard from cigar smokers that you don't hear about in the mainstream, like outside of cigar people. And I noticed when we were picking them out that like almost no matter what we chose, it had an above 90 rating from Cigar Aficionado, which is abnormal for a brand to have that many.
Yeah.
So I was pretty impressed by that. And that's actually part of why I picked them.
Oh, okay.
That and they had ratings that high and they were under $10. at the most expensive cigar shop around.
Really cool place, though.
Yeah, it's super cool. They have a giant humidor, and they have probably my favorite atmosphere, except that it's always so crowded.
It's not too bad today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. If you
I didn't look today. We've pretty much quit staying there to smoke.
Today would have been a really good day to actually hang out and.
Yeah, we had to come out here and shoot these.
Yeah. Well, I mean, other than that, but I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, so, the cool thing about them is they tend to have almost anything I'm looking for. The bad thing about them is it's probably going to be $2 or $3 more expensive than the other place we go.
Okay. I was talking to Mark about that.
Mm-hmm.
And, he brought up that they are in different counties.
Yeah, and I think Johnson County has a higher tobacco tax. So it might not even be their fault.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming it directly on them. I'm just telling you what I see consumer side.
Yes.
Just like if you were thinking about something to go really good with your cigar, you would probably pick whiskey.
Yeah.
If you were going to have a whiskey, you should probably have it with a friend. And the best way to do it would probably be to get the whiskey box for Pure Roadback. This is an unfinished box. Like, I think there's maybe a coat of finish on the lid. Oh yeah, that was one of our reject lids because it was too dark to read the logo.
Yes.
With that box, you get 2 glasses, a flask with a funnel, some whiskey stones.
Yes.
Why are you running away? And a deductive whiskey tasting booklet from the Whiskey Smiths, which is super cool. And we definitely recommend you check those out. I'll link them below. Had to plug those. Is that a good lid?
This is a good lid.
Yeah. A non-reject lid. I didn't think to grab one before we started shooting, so I just had Seth pass me one. But, so now that I got our plug-in for the whiskey box, that came up because some people may think consumer side that our whiskey box is a little high, but every box I've seen that's the same price or lower is also much more cheaply made. Like it's you know, that veneered plywood stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not as nice of a box. And the stuff in it, well, I haven't seen a single one that contains the Whiskey Smiths booklet, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah, you know, the full pour bar ability.
I like that porta bar.
You said that last week.
I just realized I said that last week before you said it.
I didn't mean to step on what you were saying before. Just kind of finishing my plug.
Huh. The Whiskey Smiths are great, though.
Yeah, if you buy a whiskey box, there are some exclusive surprises that come along with that are not announced, and that's mostly because they're currently in the works. But you will be front and center for some later offers.
Yes.
So, and there will be information about that in the box when you order them. Shipping, we're gonna look at different spots for shipping. Shipping right now costs about $15 because they're pretty heavy.
About roughly 10 pounds?
Thereabouts. But yeah, they're pretty good. So definitely check out a whiskey box. They make a great gift. Father's Day's coming up in a little while. Man, you didn't do that right before the video to mess me up.
Nope.
But also with Padron, now that I've rattled on for a little bit. This cigar has gotten better. So it kicked me in the mouth like right away, right? And then it leveled. And now it's like this smooth, serene smoke.
Yours smells better than mine. Every once in a while I get a whiff of yours. Either that or it's his. But I don't know. I think it's yours.
I'm going to bet it's mine based on the fact that the wind's carrying his out the door. He's standing right by a wind tunnel.
Fair enough. Yeah, every once in a while I get like a big whiff of yours. And it's...
Yeah, you're more of a Maduro guy, but I wanted to try their Maduro because I'd heard such good things about them. So.
I saw a picture the other day online. Guy had He was smoking a cigar, and it was like all the way down to here, just ash.
That's how you know it's a very good hand-rolled cigar.
That person was going for a raise that day.
Yeah, I almost never let mine get down that far because I don't want to drop it on my clothes. I mean, if I'm already dirty, sure, like last week we'd been jacking with the tractor and I was already pretty dirty when we started. But, yeah, I'm going to give this cigar a 9. Solid 9.
Same.
Yep.
Definitely on board with a 9.
Yeah. We are going to go back and start reviewing some brands we've reviewed from before, but different offerings from them. Like their non-flagship offerings, like Rocky Patel has a lot of different ones we could review. We're going through brands pretty fast on what's available to us. And I thought it would be better, now that you've had some more experience with different cigars, to go back to some of those special offerings from different brands and pull some new data, if you will, new thoughts, and see what's different about them.
I would really like to go back to the, what was that Rocky Patel I had? The,
Excuse me.
90?
Yeah, the vintage 1990?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you got a bad one, because the humidor was messed up that week.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was one of my favorite cigars. I don't know, we've found so many good ones doing this, and I just really like smoking cigars, so there are a lot of good cigars, and it's all personal preference.
Man, would it be cool if this is like all we had to do for a living?
It'd be great. You know how we could get that way? If you guys would buy a whiskey box.
Nice.
Now, we might open up a Patreon, and if we do, we're going to have to find a way to add value for people on Patreon. Just because I don't want to just beg for your money.
I don't even know what Patreon is.
It's a way for people to contribute money to YouTube channels, particularly because a lot of YouTube channels get demonetized. And so with Patreon, they can contribute through that, and they can do monthly contributions or $1 at a time or whatever, and then you can provide special content on Patreon or for Patreon users only. So,
okay.
At the very least, I know we'll offer discounts to Patreon people. But
that'd be cool.
But I really like, and I might be dropping a little too much info on camera here, I may have to cut this out, but I really like Steven Crowder's Mug Club concept. He doesn't beg for anybody's money. They buy the Mug Club, they get a daily show for it instead of a weekly show, and they get a cool mug.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they charge $69 for students and veterans, and he's secondhand hitting my cigar. $69 for students, veterans, and active military, and $99 full price.
Is that like you pay that once and you're done, or
for a year? You get the daily show for a year, and
extra content.
Yeah, extra stuff like that.
Now, does this extra stuff eventually hit YouTube, or is it like
no? Every once in a while, clips will hit YouTube, but never the whole thing. So you miss out on whole interviews and stuff if you don't have it. And he does a Change My Mind segment that's really cool if you ever watch one of those.
I don't think I've ever watched one, but it's been memed a lot.
Well, the one has. And that was his worst one. Well, his second to worst one, actually, because it was about male privilege, and the only person that really sat down with him was just yelling at him. Nobody was trying to have a conversation, which is what the point of those is.
Huh.
He's not trying to debate anybody so much as just, like, talk about it, the issues.
Yeah. Like, I've seen one, they were set up similar, and it's just like, the guy just had a sign that said, "You need to talk, I'll listen."
Yeah. Wow, we went way off record. Alright, but anyway,
Did you wreck that train? I went like this.
Yeah. We're rambly this week. We're enjoying ourselves. But, yeah, I think that's all from us today for Padron Cigars. I definitely recommend you give them a try if you've heard about them from cigar people. They're definitely living up to the legend. And this is a peppery Maduro that I wasn't surprised about. But, like I said, it kicked me in the mouth right away. And then after that went away, it just became this like cool, serene thing with some light flavors on the sip, if you will, on the draw. That's what I was looking for.
Sip.
Speaking of sips, how about yours? You got any story detail, or has it stayed the same pretty much since you lit it?
It's pretty well stayed the same. I'm not quite as far into mine as you are.
Yeah, I really liked it, so I've been puffing at it. But yeah, man, Seth hasn't ashed his once yet, and he's half done. And that's a local brand cigar. We may have to review some of theirs too.
But yeah, I've been thinking
I want
about
to
it.
find out if we can get them online first, so that if we review them, they can actually get them. Because like one of our more avid watchers, I don't think is from this area, so he did. He has had some cool suggestions for us.
I actually meant while we were up there earlier to ask them like how available they are, worldwide.
Yeah.
If they're online. Or...
But anyway, that's all for our weekend stogies this week. So we'll see you next week. And until we see you again, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men.
If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, drop us a comment, and check out our Facebook page for daily updates.